Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Um, how is everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody is having a good morning so far. Oh, she just popped up again. Oh no. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out something real quick. Let me do it. Can y'all see that? Alright, I'm back, y'all. Sorry. That pop up in the middle of my screen. It. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Okay, y'all. So let's get started. So this is a fall and winter, the upcoming fall and winter discussion. We'll, we'll tap onto the tropics tomorrow, but I just wanted to get um, a precursor of what fall and winter might look like here in the state of Arkansas and in the U.S. So let's get started. Hopefully the thing doesn't pop up again. So we go to the CFS model. This is your CFS model, your monthly model right here. Uh, so let's go back. Let's go back to yesterday. Oops. So yesterday is Ryan. We'll go to dew points first to show y'all what it's gonna be acting like. Uh, we do have a cold front coming in tomorrow. Show y'all that. Um, this is your monthly model, so your every month it's your global model. I mean, it's not a global model, but it's a climate model. This is what CFS model is. So you've got why does it smell so slow? You have got some dry air coming in here, right there, parts of Montana, North Dakota, and northern South Dakota. You also have the hotter climate, the the hotter area here, the warmer air right here, and much drier, warmer air across portions of um, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, California, and Nevada. Now, regarding of the central and the eastern half of the U.S., we are going to be staying, I think, in the fall. I think we will stay a lot warmer in the fall. Well, the beginning, the first half of fall. I think this area right up in here in our United States is going to be warmer than average, starting out in the beginning of the fall, just because we are heading into August and September pretty warm, and then we've got the Gulf, the tropics starting to heat up as well, coming up in from the Atlantic and the Gulf. So, while I think the western half of the U.S., where I think the western half of the U.S. will have some warm shots come in, but then as we transition into late fall, we do have chances for some snowfall could be coming into the mountains, into the Pacific Northwest as well, coming in probably like September and October and November. We'll start to be seeing some snowfall coming into parts of Montana, Washington, Oregon, and the Sierra Nevadas near California as we head into a La Nina coming in. Temperature wise, pretty solid. So here's your dew points. Go here. Here's your dew points right here. You can, I'm not your temperatures, I'm at your temperatures. So don't take this for granted yet, but this is going into the 11th, so we can see still pretty warm here into mid to late August. We may have some cold shots come into portion of the U.S. Just depends on what. And I think we do have a pattern flip, a weather pattern change coming to the United States. Well, as I transition, as I go to the 25th, let me go there. 25th. Look what happens on the 25th. We start having some pattern changes in August of 20 here on August 25th. We can see most of Montana. We can see some areas could be in the 30s as low temperatures. But this is just a climate. This is just a climate prediction. This is not a it's going to be 30 degrees on that day. This is gonna vary. This is given your discussions of what we have, that big cold front that could be coming in mid to late August. You can see there, according to the CFS model from yesterday, showing that big cold front coming in. Regardless of the cold front, I think we will see a big warm up coming in probably in September when we all don't want the cold front. But there's a big pattern change coming to the U.S. late August, early September, and into October, I think. So look at those. You can see what happens over in Canada. We are already starting to see freezing temperatures in Canada already, and that is given as a precursor to what winter will be like. What late fall, early winter will be like, and you can see as I keep going, you can see the colder temperatures coming in. And you can see that right there. This is on September 9th. You can see already below freezing temperatures according to this one model. This is just one model. Don't take it seriously yet, but I'm seeing hints of winter. I'm seeing hints of what winter might look like here in the state of Arkansas and in the U.S. as we're getting the prefrontal cold fronts coming in. Now I want to go to tropical tidbits, and I want to show y'all the climate models, the real climate models, the CFS weekly model. So you can see here, this is your CFS weekly model. You can see below average temperatures. These are your monthly averages, so your weekly averages. So you can see the week of this week, so the week of August 10th and August 5th through the 10th, you can see below average temperatures here, slightly above average across much of the central and southern U.S. as we have a high pressure going to stall. I mean, we're going to have a high pressure right here. It's going to stay. And then we have the Bermuda high somewhere out to the east. And then we have all these fronts come in. So we have all these fronts come in, and the fronts will drive cooler and drier air. So as I head toward the 8 through the 14-day weekly average from the CFS model, now we're starting to see above average climates across much of the U.S., except for the western and northwestern U.S. They are going to be staying to near normal or slightly below average there in northwestern and western U.S., North California, Oregon, and Washington there. Now let's head to the 15 to 21 day range, and as you can see here, you start have a ridge start to set up here in the northern half of the U.S. here, and you can see this area right here, 15 to 20% above average, as well as here across the southeast and the southern south central U.S. It's just give and take of what that might look like. And then as I head to the 36 to 42 days, this is heading into late August, early September, and you can see that ridge start going further to the north a little bit. bring in some warmer temperatures across northern Minnesota and North Dakota. But this is just your weekly. So don't take this as this is likely the subject to change. Let's go to the monthly models. So your monthly models showing you, hey, like you can see here, look at this. So this is December 24th. This is December, right? Yeah, so this is December 24. So you can see here, slightly to near normal temperatures averages, as well as this big cold shot coming in here across Canada. But you see slightly above average, slightly above average here across South Central U.S. This will give and take to what climate might look like later on. But you can see as we have a little bit of a cold shot right here. A little bit of slightly below average temps coming back into the northern northwest U.S. This is about March of 25. So we'll see what give and takes happens here. But for the record, we made the CanSeps models. Let's look at them. So we're heading into a La Nina winter. So La Nina winters typically have your warmer, your PSO, which is the Pacific Oscillation, your Pacific waters, the Eastern Pacific is going to be starting seeing below average water temperatures, while the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico will start to have warmer waters too. So I'm gonna have to continue to watch that if that starts to trend things there as well. Now I want to change from that to the tropics now. I know this was a winter and fall forecast discussion, but I know mainly everybody's eyes is on that system in the Atlantic right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go to that and take a look at that according to the European model. Give me 1 second and I'll do this 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's go. We'll go to the Western Atlantic. So here's the European model. There's a lot of things that could be going on here with the tropics later on. The tropics are starting to heat right back up. So we've had Debbie move on through. And now we got multiple tropical waves coming into the U.S. Coming into the Atlantic. So you got this one right here. You also have another one right here, but this one not expected to develop. But then this one right here is the one we're keeping our eye on right here. So as I head forward, there's one behind it that we got to watch out for too. So as I continue, there's that tropical wave. Here's the main tropical wave we're keeping our eye on there in the Atlantic, or the eastern Atlantic, coming into the Barbados, Trinidad, toward Puerto Rico, and toward Cuba. But look how fast progression the European model does on this. So European model has it pretty strengthening up a little bit. So that is the 60 model run. Let's go to visitors. Okay, so you can see here it has it developing near the Trinidad Tobago around the tropical depression status, and as it moves across Trinidad and Tobago, you can see how it turns it to the north a little bit. Many of you are like, why is it doing that, and how does it make it do that? So you've got the fronts coming in here, while you also have the Bermuda high pressure. That high pressure moves further to the east toward Africa there. The steering current, your Bermuda high is your steering. So the Bermuda high, it steers the hurricanes to the west and steers it toward the United States. So right now it has it as a tropical storm here at 994 according to the Euro. But this is all going to change, and then it has it as a pretty strong hurricane as in the open waters of the Gulf. The open waters of the Atlantic, nowhere near the U.S. according to the European model. It wants to turn it to a northwestern track as it later in the next week, but we're going to see what happens there as well, and see what the system does in the next few days. CMC model run. The CMC model, this is your Canadian model right here. So you can see as the Canadian model, it has it further north. So the European had it further south. The new Canadian model has it further to the south a little bit. So what does this mean? The Canadian model has that high pressure, the Bermuda high, further east than the European model did. But you can see it turns it to the north and northwest, and then it gets it out of here, which would be a really good thing, because we just had Debbie come through, slowly moving Debbie, and dump whole lot of rainfall across the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, and up into the Northeast. But let's go to the GFS model. I know all y'all looking at the GFS and going, what the heck? Yeah, so I'm saying the same thing too, but you know, I don't see why the GFS model nailed it with Debbie. But anyways, so the GFS is right on track with the European model. It has that low pressure forming near Trinidad and Tobago's, but then it has it going right over Puerto Rico. And look at it, the new 12Z model run, man, I haven't seen this. I mean, we go to the let's go to the 6Z model run. Look at the 6Z model run. By this time, has a hurricane here, but look at the 12Z now has it further east. So this is gonna be a trend that we have to keep an eye on, what the GFS model is wanting to do with this. So 6Z, you can see it has it nailing parts of North Carolina probably next week somewhere, but as we can go there, let's look at the new 12Z model run, and you can see 1,000 tropical depression there, millibars tropical depression, and look how it makes it have a landfalling hurricane into North Carolina. So this is going to be a dangerous setup, and then I don't see any more tropical systems developing after that, but we still got to keep an eye on the Atlantic, because we're still going to have more tropical waves come into off the coast of Africa, and this is not going to be good. So thank you for tuning in for this update, and I will have another live stream out tomorrow, giving you updates on what the currents might be like, and the steering currents for this next will likely be a hurricane in the Atlantic, and maybe into the Gulf if it makes its way down there, if it makes its way up to the Gulf. I will have tomorrow. We will be looking at the tropics, and I will be discussing tomorrow what we may be looking at forward in the future with tropical systems coming into late August, early September, during the peak season, hurricane season, and much more. So thank you for tuning in to this live update. I will catch y'all soon. You'll have a blessed day. Be safe, and I'll keep you all updated right here in your source. Thank y'all.